Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Deborah Wright Robinson. I am a D.C. native, born and raised in Ward 7, and I'm still here. So welcome. I am what DPR calls a platinum senior, and I have been coming to TR Center, now Joy Evans, since the 80s. First, my children who went to summer camp here, and then my grandchildren, and now my great-grandchildren have now gone to camp here. I found myself back at the TR Center for physical therapy when I retired from the federal government following a hip replacement and several surgeries that was due to a car accident. And this center has been my saving grace in many ways. I also lost my son to violence the same month I retired, so I was dealing with a lot of grief. The Therapeutic Center has been a healing force, physically, mentally, and spiritually. The staff have been amazing. The physical instructors here, they target your disability and help you to get strengthened in your weakness. The administrative staff, they're so great. They help us with our hiccups and help us to go through some situations that we may not can handle administratively and point us in the right direction. So there's been a bonding inside and outside with the people who frequent the center. Therefore, which is sometimes and some things I will cherish. I really enjoy the family atmosphere. From water aerobic, line dancing, to crafting and trips, we have bonded. I'm looking forward to coming to the new Joy Evans Therapeutic Recreation Center and making new memories and continuing to stay connected with my community. I am grateful to Mayor Bowser and her administrator for recognizing the importance of this center to our city seniors. Here, her investment in this facility will not only continue the strong tradition, but it will ensure even more residents can access the service that were critical to me and my family. I particularly appreciate that the mayor and her team have centered community input through town halls and other forums. And it is an honor to be able to welcome her in person today. Now it is my pleasure to introduce to you, the Mayor of D.C., Mayor Muriel Bowser.
Thank you, man. All right. I like it. Thank you. Let's give Miss Wright a big round of applause from you and you and you. I am very honored to be with you. I want to welcome you to the Joy Evans Therapeutic Center. I want to welcome your council member Vince Gray. Give Mayor Gray a big round of applause. I want to acknowledge Carolyn Cunningham, who is Joy Evans' sister. Let's give Miss Cunningham a big round of applause. And all of the Ward 7 residents who are here, thank you for being here. Members of my cabinet who are here, you're going to hear from the director of DGS, Keith Anderson. Give Keith a round of applause. Delano Hunter, who is the director of the DPR. Give him a big round of applause. Matthew McCullough, who is the director of the Office of Disability Rights. Thank you, Matthew, right at the front. Andy Reese, the director of DDS. Thank you, Andy. And Laura Newland, the director of the Department of Aging and Community Living. Give them all a big round of applause. So, as you can see, we're under construction. And when this facility opens next year, it will be the premier therapeutic recreation center, it says in the region, but I think it's going to be the best in the nation. It will serve people along the full spectrum of physical and cognitive abilities with a new therapeutic pool, a real hot one, I hear. Therapy rooms, a sensory, they had to explain it to me. And I think that Delano gave me the best description. He said it's like a really, really big hot tub. It's not like a pool, Mayor. It's a really, really big hot tub. We're going to have therapy rooms, a sensory room, a senior room, a caregiver room, and all the fantastic amenities that you would expect at one of our recreation centers. So I want to thank DPR for all of the work that they have done to get us to this place, to ensure that we're going to open on time and on budget, because I know the community has been waiting a long time. I know the Mayor Gray is going to remind me of how long, but I feel like we've been talking about this since I was on the council. But now it's going to be an over $40 million investment, and it is going to be a facility that you are going to be very proud of. We're also, something big is happening right now in DC government world, and that's the council is considering my budget proposal. I sent a $19.5 billion balanced budget to the council. And a lot of the investments have to do with recreation. And so one thing that we know over the course of many years, but certainly the last 15 years, you, the DC taxpayers, have allowed us to make tremendous investments in our park and recreation facilities. Many of you will remember a time where we would have to leave the district to have quality fields, recs, pools, and playgrounds. And now that has changed. We see people from the suburban areas coming into DC to use our fields, parks, and playgrounds. And while we like our neighbors, we're DC first. But that represents what DC taxpayers have allowed us to do. We're also focused on increasing our opportunities, including with this budget, we will double the number of camp slots for DC families. And that is a tremendous benefit. And now that I have a 3-year-old little girl of my own, I know just how much of a benefit it is. Last summer, she was able to go to 4 sessions at DPR camp in our own neighborhood with caring adults, where she continued to learn and love to play and meet new friends and gain her confidence and be ready for school. And that's what opportunities are all about. When we say we want to give everybody a fair shot, the government can help make that happen. We are also adding, lest we forget, our seasoned citizens, 300 new opportunities at the DC Senior Olympics, which we are very proud of as well. And Andy likes this part, I know, because we are also proposing a brand new $11.5 million at the Department of Disability Services to help us retain the direct support professionals who care for our most vulnerable citizens right in their homes or in group homes across the District of Columbia, and $500,000 to expand the eligibility for those services that are provided by the Department of Disability Services. So let's keep pushing for recreational opportunities for more and more Washingtonians. We know that keeps us healthy, safe, and connected and well, as we have heard already here. And so I am looking forward myself into seeing and getting into this very big hot tub here at the Joy Evans Recreation Center. So let me, Therapeutic Recreation Center, I should say, introduce, I know your champion for this project and others, Councilmember Vince Gray.
Thank you very much, Mayor. I want to say good afternoon to everybody, and I want to begin by thanking all the agencies who have come together, DGS and others, Keith and others that have come together to make this happen. For those who don't know, I've been struggling myself for the last couple of months, so I'm going to keep my comments mercifully brief and move on to the next speaker. Again, I want to thank everybody and say good afternoon to you for coming to be a part of this great groundbreaking today. And just imagine when it's done. It's going to be something. It's been my pleasure to be able to honor Joy Evans by introducing the efforts that we are making now to be where we are today. The bill that we introduced moved Joy Evans' name, which was on a therapeutic center in Ward 6. It moved it over to here, which I think is even more fitting than would have otherwise have been the case. For those who don't know, Joy Evans was a child who lived at Forest Haven, and I knew her parents very well. Her mother and father were just wonderful people who really spearheaded the case to be able to make sure that young people like Joy Evans were going to be able to live where they wanted to live in any community in the District of Columbia, and I am delighted to be a part of where we are today. There was a lawsuit that was introduced involving her and so many of her colleagues, and they were actually at an institution called Forest Haven in Laurel, Maryland. And I want to thank so much the folks from DPR, the folks from DGS, and all the folks behind me who've helped to make this happen. This is going to be a wonderful, wonderful place when it's finished, and a magnificent continuation of having community services for people in the District of Columbia, not locked away in some institution, in the entire setting for them. And so let's all say thanks for this being done, and when we're gonna make this a wonderful place. I want to thank the people at DPR who we worked with so closely. We have worked with this budget that we have before us, Mayor, at this stage, to be able to try to create some additional opportunities for folks to be able to go to services that will be available to them. Some will be in Maryland, at least in the beginning anyway, but not thereafter. They will be available to them to be able to serve however they would like to be served in the District of Columbia and in the surrounding areas. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for people to be served the way they should be served. So let's all say yes. Thank you so much for what we're doing there, okay? Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Thanks, Mayor. Thank you. Thanks for that full circle moment, Mayor. And now we are going to hear from two of our agency directors who will be responsible first for delivering the project and second for making sure that it is programmed and staffed and maintained in all of the ways that we expect. I mentioned the investment that we were making, over $40 million. This is a design build project. We are working with the architect, DLR Group. Where is DLR? Give them a big round of applause. We expect it to be beautiful. And we are working with the general contractor, Smoot Construction Company of Washington, D.C. Where's Smoot? Thank you, Smoot. We just did a really big project with Smoot in downtown on Franklin Park, which we were thrilled with, and I know we're going to be thrilled here at Joy Evans. The other thing that DLR and Smoot know about us is that we want to work with D.C. companies and hire D.C. residents to amplify not only the beautiful product that we will get, but we will be able to circulate those dollars in our community and make sure D.C. residents are working. So who's responsible for delivering, oversight, accountability? Keith Anderson.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good afternoon, everyone. Once again, my name is Keith Anderson, the Director of Department of General Services. And the mission at DGS calls for my team to build, maintain, and sustain the District of Columbia's real estate portfolio, which consists of over 840 properties. This effort oftentimes provides us with a rare opportunity to work in special partnerships and unique projects like this one. The Joy Evans Therapeutic Recreation Center is an example of a unique and much-needed asset in this community. With the renovation of this center, we have the opportunity of working with 4 separate agencies, all with one primary goal, which is inclusion for all and providing key services for district residents with special needs. This project represents an opportunity for DGS to develop a custom-designed facility to meet those needs. Mayor Bowser, your signing of the Joy Evans Therapeutic Recreation Center Act of 2019 and infusing $40.4 million into this project allows us to work together to make this, like you said, a world-class facility. And I say there's something here for all because that is what this Therapeutic Center, Recreation Center has served over the many years since it has been built. However, this will not just be another development project. A considerable amount of research on therapeutic support has already been incorporated into the design of this building. I want to say thank you once again to the DLR Group architects and for Smoot Construction and Team DGS for being thoughtful to bringing this to fruition, and we cannot wait for this project to get started. I also want to thank all the consultants that were also involved in this project. By the summer of 2023, we hope to gather here once again for the ribbon cutting of this premier site. Ms. Wright, you and members of the community will be able to continue coming here, but with a new therapeutic pool, as the mayor mentioned, spa, a full-size gymnasium, a sensory room, a senior room, and a multi-purpose community space for all to come. That's right. And there's much more to come. The Joy Evans Therapeutic Recreation Center will be the first to incorporate, and hear me out, a biophilia design throughout this facility, a biophilia design. Research shows us that we all have a human desire to connect with nature and other forms of life, and we have incorporated this biophilia design into this project. This unique project reflects Mayor Bowser's continued commitment to support dignified living. I'm honored that DGS is managing this project, that we will be able to work with over 50 local residents to build this project and work with our local CBE community. Madam Mayor, this is a new day for D.C. We must all remember Joy Evans, not for how her life ended, rather for how her life now serves as a catalyst so others like her can avoid the experience she lived. We can ensure this will happen in our lifetime and in the lifetimes of others who need this facility and the services most. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. And Delano Hunter.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are you? Isn't this a beautiful day for groundbreaking? I'm really excited. Again, my name is Delano Hunter, and I serve as the director of the D.C. Department of Parks and Recreation. And here's a personal story. About a little over 10 years ago, I was working my way through grad school, and I had a part-time job with the Life and Wellness Company that actually had a contract with the Department of Disability Services to provide wellness and fitness services for our residents with developmental disabilities. And this was one of the centers that I had an opportunity to bring those clients to. And while I was always impressed with the warm staff, I was impressed with the customer service, and the program seemed dynamic, I couldn't believe that this facility was owned by the District of Columbia government. I couldn't believe that this was a DPR facility. And only until I got here did I realize how wonderful a facility it was. And I was told by a recently retired district government employee that was on the opening staff here in the 70s that when international delegations would come to the district, they would come to this center as an example of how therapeutic recreation should be done in their countries. And I think it's time for now this center, newly renamed the Joy Evans Center, to now be of national acclaim, international acclaim and prominence. Do you all agree? My experience then prior to government also taught me how important inclusive and accessible recreation is. And it's not just this center, it's a citywide mandate that all of our facilities have to be accessible for those that need them. So we're really excited for this pool here. We're really excited for this pool and this full recreation center here for what it means to the community. I look forward to the temperature never dropping no less than 92 degrees in this therapeutic pool. I look forward to partnerships and adaptive programs that can serve all our residents' needs. And a center can only get you so far. There are three ingredients I think that really help to deliver gold standard recreation. First, you got to have quality facilities. You have to have dedicated staff, and you have this here with Russell and some of his staff here. And then also, you need programming dollars. And through the mayor's investment through Recreation for All, we will have over $17.5 million to increase our programming. We're going to do some really cool things like double the number of summer camp slots, including our slots here at the Therapeutic Recreation Center and across our inventory. And it'll be free for those that are in need of those programs that meet certain criteria. Additionally, we're going to launch new swimming programs, new girls sports opportunity in soccer, volleyball. We'll increase our footprint of adaptive sports and inclusive sports through partnerships. So there's so much to celebrate here at the Joy Evans Therapeutic Recreation Center and also throughout our inventory. And again, I have a special heart for those that need to access these services. I had an opportunity to work with former residents of Forest Haven. And I saw how much they enjoyed these amenities, and I saw how much they enjoyed the services that we provide. And through the construction of this new center and through this investment in our operating budget, we'll be able to turbocharge our impact in servicing residents. So I'm really grateful for that. Thank you, Mayor.
Well, you see why I appointed him the director of DPR. And he tells a lot of stories about how DPR has changed his life from growing up in Ward 5 to going to Spingarn and now being able to be a leader in his hometown. So I'm really proud of that. And Delano also pointed to a number of investments that we're making to make our city accessible. Mayor Gray said it best, that all people should be able to live right here in Washington, D.C., full lives to the extent of, their hopes, dreams, and abilities, full lives. And then our built infrastructure should reflect that value. So I'm proud that we're able to do this. I'm proud that we're able to make investments in programs like Safe at Home, that people can make their own homes accessible. I'm proud that we're making a capital investment to make all DPR facilities ADA accessible, something that we had been working on for some time, and now we're able to deliver. So now our final speaker is Carolyn Cunningham, Joy Evans' sister. Ms. Cunningham.
Hi, I'm Carol Cunningham, Joy Evans' sister. I'd like to introduce you to my daughter. You can come. My daughter, LaShawn. So Joy is her aunt. I'd like to thank everyone, Mayor Bowser, Vince Gray, who has been working with our family for years, Brent Cisco, all the agencies that have worked to get this on the ground. I'd like to thank everyone for all the work that you all are doing. You all are a blessing. I know my parents and Joy are looking down on us and smiling. Thank you so much, everyone, for all that you are doing. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, please join me for the ceremonial groundbreaking team. Let's get the contractors and architects up for some photos. Thank you.
Madam Mayor, can we do a pose picture
Yes,
first?
one pose, straight ahead.
Straight ahead, everyone. Hold on. All right, thank you.
Okay, on the count of three, we're going to say joy. 1, 2, 3. Joy! All right, one more time. This time, lift up the dirt. Okay, lift up the dirt and say joy. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Joy!